Some of the lads in Newmarket, they'll be changing the shoes in between. They'll put steels on one day and then they'll take them off and put some aluminiums on for them to run it. But I think in the north of England, I think they might have a heart attack if we start saying they need shoeing every 2 days. I think I qualified 6 years ago, and then obviously I did an apprenticeship before that, but I did a year, like worked for my boss for a year before I started my apprenticeship as well. I think one of the biggest things you just got to be willing to learn from others. Let's say you've got Andy that comes in here, and then one of the other yards I go to, there's another couple of farriers as well. So, and it's always good. You've always got to be willing to learn from them. I think when you shut off from being willing to learn, then you will just get stuck with the times, and things will probably then obviously start to become difficult. And when people are obviously asking you questions, you won't be on the ball either, whether it's modern materials that we're now using, or like when I first qualified. I think when I was an apprentice, we put on a couple of what's called hoof casts, but now, like, they're really well talked of, and where before you'd have had to really get in someone's head to tell them that was a good idea. So yeah, it's always evolving. Same with everything. A good understanding of the mechanics, and it probably looks like a very practical base job, but there's an awful lot of theory that goes in with it as well. I can't quite remember on the GCSE front. I think you have to have English, maths and science, and then I'm not sure whether in total it equates to 5 like GCSEs you've got to have, and then you go off and you either do a pre-Farrier course, which you have to do a 12-month one where you gain your forging certificate, and then after that you go to you then got to do your best to find yourself an ATF, which is approved training farrier, who would be willing to take you on. Also, they have to have that status. Like, I couldn't just take lads on, but others could, like with the status could. So, and then after that you do, I think it's still 4 years and 2 months, and yeah, so 4 years and 2 months of your apprenticeship, and then from there, as long as you're obviously passing the milestones throughout your apprenticeship and obviously pass your final exams at the end, then hopefully you've got enough there to then go and set yourself up a good business and yeah, make a good stab of it. A lot of people would see that we're quite practical based, but there's a lot more theory to it than what we do. You have to do, I can't remember the percentage of it, but it'd be a lot more than what people think. I think it's a 2-hour theory exam at the end, and throughout you have to just sit down with a vet as well in your exams to talk through they'll pick up different ailments and have a chat with you about that. Then you have to make a board of shoes as well to then talk about, so like all sorts of remedial kind of and more basic shoes. When you come taking the shoe off, just pick the foot out just so I can see, make sure there's nothing in there, and then now we'll just get what we call a buffer and just our hammer, then we'll just, the clenches that we fold down, we'll just lift those clenches up, because if you leave them down, they're there for a reason. There's a hook to hold the shoe on, so if we then start leaving them on, you're going to pull foot off. If we're just trying, if you follow the direction of the shoe, so you'll see here I'll go out that way, following the shoe, then again, then across, and then across. It's quite, well, say it's quite easy, but then it's quite easy for us because we do it every day. And then now, without taking too much sole out, just try and just come round the toe and just up through into your heels. Just clean your seat of corn without stripping your bars too much. Just try and leave a bit of strength in there. Obviously, the more of this we take out, the more they'll feel it on when they're on a harder surface, and then give this frog a good trim. Obviously, you'll get some that do better than others, which will just be like people, I suppose. I grow in all directions, whether it's my belly, my hair, or whatever, where some people won't be as easily affected, and then you can just give you a good idea of where you are with the foot and what you want to take off. We'll just call these a pair of snips, they're hoof cutters, and then obviously that's my nail-on hammer. I should have a rubber hammer really, and this is a buffer, and quite simply we pull the shoes off with it, so we call it a pair of pull-offs. And then just to do the final things, like it's called a rasp, so some people maybe see it as a file, but we'll go with rasp. So a file they use like for fine like metal, like when they're shoemaking and stuff. And then, or more commonly probably in this country, when women are doing their nails or having them done. I don't think my missus would be very happy if I rocked up with this to start giving it a go. When you've shot them a few times, you've got quite a good idea where you are with the feet anyway, but it's important that you're trying to keep on top of their foot balance, because you can see so much from here, but then it's always good to make sure you're having a look down the limb as well. Obviously, if you're a lot higher here than what you are here, and you're walking on a wonk all the time, then it's not going to be very helpful. I would obviously just check your fit. He's a bit of a shoe puller, so you never want to stick too much out. You've got to be conscious of not sticking it too long, otherwise as soon as they've got the gallops they'll be back in moaning and telling us that they've got a shoe off. And so you can see you want to try and just fit it nice and drop a nail on. You don't want to be stripping any of this. It's all here for like protection for you to nail to, and give a nice bit of support without robbing your quarters. Just give a nice platform to work from really. This is just a hoof knife. We're just cutting a clip hole for. You see on the front they've got a toe clip. You just ease like a little pocket into the wall. It just helps locate it. That was nearly the thumb shot you were after. This would be epic if it had an abscess and we could get it on camera.
He's had a keratoma removed. Would it be end of the flight, middle towards the end of the flat season, was it?
Yeah.
September probably? It was like a benign tumour, so that's been removed, and then he's had a shoe on with a metal plate across the top, which has then been packed underneath to keep it as clean as possible. But he's just starting to come back into work, so, and I imagine just as he's got going, there's been a build up of pus in there.
It's got a right tender point on its toe, but how much you'd want to go digging. Yeah, you can see this pocket here. See it like it's come out like a bit of a, got like a pussy, build up a pus in there, you see, coming out. So you'll probably feel a million and one times better for having that. It's oozing.
Taste it, Jim, see what it tastes like.
Welcome to the Bush Tucker Trials.
Did you get poets on that now?
Pressure.
Ooh.
It's actually a nice smell though, isn't it?
Are you for real? It's a nice smell.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Television.
Oh, that's minging.
That is a hot poultice, so it works by osmosis in the sense that it travels from an area of high concentration to low concentration, so it draws out.
This is why I got Steph to do it, because she's going to be a vet before long. One's changing, and probably again tonight, and then again in the morning. Yeah, you can draw it as best as you can, but sometimes with them walking on it, it'll help just squeeze and push the pus out. I say he looks sore there, but he's 10 times better straight away for just having it popped. And he will walk on it now, as much as he's doing it with a bit of a limp, but as you can see, straight back to his food, and he's be 10 times happier with that pop than left how it was. Always good to find them. Couldn't have written that, finding it whilst being recorded. That's that build-up must have been there before, like this morning, and then he's gone and you've just got him moving, it's just pushed and irritated it, and then bang. Oh, it stinks though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's class, yeah. It's a good, like, it's a good job. Obviously, at times it'd be like anything. Like when anybody comes to work, at times you can think, oh God, here we go again. But no, it is good. Be outside, fresh air. That's just not just lucky that we work outside, but we work for some real good people as well, you know.
It's quite nice to be able to put the telly on an afternoon or weekend or on your phone and watch these running, and like it's always like rewarding. But when you get to see these, say, either winning, running well, and yeah, that's always good to see. Some of it makes will laugh at this if it goes on the video, but you say, yeah, 98% of the time you love it, but like anything, there's always days where some days are better than others.